What's going on, Eagles Nation? This is your boy AK Eagles. I am with my host, Vick3. This is another episode of the East Meets West. We are waiting on Philly Foothills. He had some things he had to do, but he will be joining us here in a little while. But yes, welcome everyone to another episode of the East Meets West. I am AK Eagles. I may fuss and cuss, but you can count on me and my content like the fucking city bus. Hey, and if you like the Wagyu, subscribe too. What's going on, Vic? How you doing, my guy?
What's good? I am loving the way you fit Wagyu in there, my guy. You made it sound great, man. How's it going? Saturday night, what we
And
getting into?
hell yeah, man. We got 8 days away till kickoff to start the regular season. I am pumped. I am psyched. You know, a lot of people have us counted out, but that's whenever we play our best football. And I am super excited to see this team this year. I really
Oh,
am.
most definitely, yeah. Like I can't wait till they get out there. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's 8 short days. Well, soon, let's count it down. Let's say 7 days and 3 hours. I mean,
Right?
I can't wait, man. It's gonna be awesome though. I mean, we get to see the
Yeah, I
young
hear
players
you.
out there finally test the metal. We get to see what our defense finally looks like. We basically get to see what this team's gonna be.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's going to be exciting between the mix of the vets and young guys in this team, and how the vets have bought in, and the young guys and their energy, and the coaches. It's just a great feeling. What's going on, Lucas Holman? How you doing, my guy? Appreciate you for coming in as always. The grandpa of the bunch, Jock Talk. How you doing, my guy? I miss you a lot. 0-17, Rock coming out with the fucking shot to the gut right off the bat. How you doing, Rock? Appreciate you being
Yeah.
here. So we're going to do something a little bit different since we're waiting on Foothills here for a while. Here for the first start of the show, we're going to do a call in, just kind of discuss some bullshit, until Foothills gets here. So I'm going to drop the link, and if anybody wants to come on and join us and talk a little Eagles ball week 1 or just bullshit in general, you're more than welcome to.
Hey,
So
man,
there's
this
the
is
link.
draft season right now. So everybody, I know everybody's getting into their fantasy leagues. We can come in here and discuss
Yep.
fantasy too. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's all about football tonight. It's Saturday night. We're doing it all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was his number to get. Definitely.
Yeah, that fits in perfectly.
Yeah, as soon as Pryor was gone, he was on it. On the way, Slay. On the way.
Yo, good evening. How are you? Appreciate you for stopping in. Not sure which Facebook user that is, but definitely appreciate you for stopping in.
Man, I take the time to talk about it now because I always get asked a lot, and why don't I ever have my channel, and why don't I ever do this? I always tell people a lot of time is because I'm a busy guy, I'm a father. But as of what is this? Next Sunday, Eagles' first game, I will have my page officially on. Have the channel up for y'all.
Yes.
With the Eagles, you know what I mean? Premiere the season, premiere the channel.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go.
What's
How
going on,
you
Big
doing,
Play
Slay?
Slay? Howie Roseman? What other aliases you have?
Bro,
We
I'm
found
not.
you out, man. Let's talk about it.
No, I'm
Doug
not.
Peterson?
No,
Yeah.
I'm Nate Gary. That's the only account that I have. I am Nate Gary. Now I'm playing. Uh, what's going on, you guys? Yeah,
Let's talk about it. We know who you are.
it's been
We
a
know who you
eventful
are.
day.
Appreciate you, my guy.
I'm gonna be very stressed this next couple days. Very.
Listen, Detective Papasora had you in his sights. He knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Once that tie goes on, the detective hat comes up.
100%, man.
What do you have to say for yourself?
It's not me. It's him. I didn't.
Caught, man. It's all right. Just let it go. Everybody knows your accounts. We all know your
Hey,
names.
I only got one account. I'll show you the other one. See, this is my
The
back.
other one.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's.
what happened to the laptop? Where all the accounts on the laptop?
Hey,
You ain't
there's
showing the
only one
phone
on
one.
here. I'm using my laptop. There's only one account on here, and it's the same. I have my backup account on my laptop, so I don't get confused, with the other things. I have an account on my phone, and that's my main one.
For everybody wondering what that sound is, that's how troll
Why,
backs
why,
himself up.
why you got five? Hey, why you got 5 Twitter accounts?
God, bro, because I completely forgot that you can connect. You can literally sign in on your computer with your other Twitter account, like your main Twitter
Just
account.
admit you're Howie Roseman, and we'll move on.
I'm not. I
There
wish
you are.
it was, because I wouldn't
Look
make
at
a.
that bullshit smile, man.
Hey.
Did you see it?
Yeah, he just
That
ignores the
smirk said
conversation.
it all, man.
So,
He's like,
so
I'm hot.
you're gonna compare like a 40-year-old to a 14-year-old minor. Wow,
How you know he's 40 years old? You put an age on him already? Is that
bro,
how you do your character?
Yeah.
well
You
above
give him
my
a little
age.
background, give him an age, a little backstory. Is that how we do it?
That dude got like 30 years on me. I'm not even close to that guy. But
So let
what's
me ask you,
what's good?
It's
you
funny
doing
how
a
you know his
fantasy?
age and no one else does.
Yeah.
Stop the cap. Stop it. He's 46 years old. He has like 30 plus years on me.
We're not
Maybe
talking about the real Howie Roseman. You know who we're talking about.
that guy, honestly, man, I don't know how old he is. He
Yo,
never.
look at how he's just laughing. Cheese.
Yeah, you cheesing down there. Look at you
Never.
cheesing.
What's good, Jordy?
What's up, Jordy?
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Could be better.
Yeah,
could
look,
be worse.
even Jock's seen that shit. Even Jock's seen it, smiling
See?
ear to ear as soon as I said
So I guess we have Howie Roseman / Doug Peterson with us.
it.
Y'all are hilarious.
All right, so let's get to this real quick for this dude right here. What's your feeling about the first game being on the road? Vic?
Feeling excited. You know what I mean? Like I said before, man, we finally get to see what this team's going to look like. We said it before. I don't expect them to, just be firing on all cylinders when they come out. There might be some stumbling in the beginning, but I'm just hoping for cohesiveness and at the end of the game. I'm hoping for Jalen Hurts to look good. If there are any setbacks, I'm hoping that he can recover from it. You know what I mean? Like he has to have that one-track mind where if there is an issue, you got to forget about it, on to the next play and improve. That's what I want to see out of the defense, man. I just want to see that tenacity. I want to see, the backfield get into it. I want to see some interceptions. I want to see some balls ripped out. I just want them to get physical. I mean, like our cornerbacks have been lacking in the past years, and I just want them to show out maybe for the first game. I know that's asking for a lot. We've been waiting for that for a while.
Slay?
You're gonna ask me.
He's trying to deflect already on the Roseman questions.
No, it's not. I'm just typing. I'm just watching another stream right now. But yeah.
How you watching another stream when you on with us?
Okay, that's how it
Can't
is,
turn
really?
that off.
Bruh. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I just can't. I can't.
Mm-mm.
What was the question?
It was a giant stream too, wasn't it, fam?
No, it wasn't. It was
Yeah,
actually.
it was.
What name? Hold on. What name were you under when you were watching that? What name were you under?
Big Play Slay.
Yeah.
It's literally right here. I can literally show you the proof. But I was watching a baseball stream, like a Dodgers Shrine stream.
Man, get to the question. How are you feeling about the first game?
Said, what's your feeling about the first game being on the road? Honestly, I kind of like it because if you're traveling on the road and you beat a team, your first game, that just shows you what kind of what this team is made out of, like how tough they play week one. One game doesn't prove a lot, but if they go out there looking tough, they don't make too many mistakes. You'll make mistakes here and there, but if you don't make too many, you're good. Like I want to see Hurts progress. I'm just happy that we're going on the road because I want to see what these boys are made out of.
Jordy?
So I like it because we get to see what they can do on the road. Now, this is a Nick Sirianni that's going to have schemes that are going to have to be tweaked. Same goes for Jonathan Gannon. Nothing's going to be perfect. Coaches are tweaking everything all the time. And it's just going to be something we're going to see a lot of different changes even between drives, probably is going to be a lot of changes. And it'll be nice to see how they can do that in a road atmosphere in Atlanta. And what can this team do? Because there's a lot of young, inexperienced guys on the team, especially the offense. What can they do in a hostile environment?
Yeah.
Bro, we gotta see what Jordy looks like someday, bro.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
No.
So
gotta see that.
no lie, I look at this game as, you know how like your first high school game is up against usually like a really bad high school, so you get to beat the shit out of them, and then you get your morale up. This is how I look at that game, because I don't think Atlanta has that much talent. You know, yeah, Matt Ryan's aging. You know, he's not who he used to be. You know, they got rid of Julio Jones. They have Kyle Pitts, but he's a rookie. You know, yeah, they have Calvin Ridley, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Slay can lock him down. You know, so I'm not too worried about that. Um, you know, it's just something for our defense to feast. You know, like no lie, I expect Sweat to have 3 sacks in this game instantly coming out. Like this is a game that we should dominate easily. Now I agree with you, Vic. We're gonna come out and probably have a rough couple of series.
Couple
You know,
series.
probably first 3 or 4 series are gonna be a bit rocky.
Yeah, we're gonna have a rough cuff couple series. A rough cuff.
Yeah, you know, but as soon as it clicks, dude, though, it's fucking over. You know what I'm saying? Like, there will be no stopping it, because, like I said, this offense is based on speed, and I believe they're going to be very dangerous this year. But it will be a first couple rough series. I won't lie about that. But after that, I expect nothing but just success, man.
Yeah, and you got to think about it too. This is the first time Jonathan Gannon will be calling plays on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? Nick
Yeah.
Sirianni, if
I
I'm not
can't
mistaken,
wait.
I think he did it with the Colts. Or did Frank Wright have that? Because if not, this will be his first time calling plays as well.
Wait, what?
Did Nick Sirianni call the plays with Indianapolis, or was that Frank Wright?
That was
I'm pretty sure it was Wright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
Called
saying.
all the plays.
So both
I'll be right back.
our guys are going to come in here for the first time, you know, calling plays. So you got to expect some growing pains. Hopefully, you know what I mean, they get into the click of things and they get the offense going and they get the defense going. You know what I mean? But if not, you know what I'm saying, this is the first game. It's Atlanta. Their line isn't looking that well. It's AK said, it's a good warm-up game. It's a very good warm-up game. Now, that being said, what do you think our defense will look like against Atlanta?
You want to take that uncensored, Jordy?
Nah, Uncensored's out. Jordy, you want to take that?
Yeah, I can take it. So, are you talking in terms of scheme or roster, or a mix of both?
Mix of both.
So, scheme, you're probably going to see a lot of 4-2-5, like we've kind of been seeing, although you're going to see a lot less of just the base system of the 4-2-5. Going to see a little bit of pulling safeties down in the box. There's going to be a lot of different looks from Gannon. It's going to be nice. We've heard a lot of talk about versatility. There's a reason they kept multiple Sam linebackers on the roster, which makes me think, I mean, they're not going to do it week 1, but you're probably going to see a little bit of looks with a Sam linebacker here and there. There's going to be a lot more disguising than last year, a lot better of a defensive look overall in terms of scheme. And you're going to see a lot of guys like Sweat. Cox is going to destroy anybody on the interior because that's what he does. And overall, this line's going to be a feast this year because of how this defense is going to be run. And the linebackers are going to have a lot of pressure off them. Thankfully, because that's what we needed.
Big play?
Yeah, I think we're gonna run a lot of 4-3 in this game, in terms of your D line, and then you're gonna probably run a lot of zone coverage, because you're playing against a team that has 2 speed demons. Like Calvin Ridley, his route running is nasty, and if he gets that quick release and he just gets on that 9 ball, you're out. Like that's just the difference between this game. So Slay has to, he has to protect that. not let that happen. We're going to run a lot of zone. They also have Russell Gage, another guy that could beat you down the field if he just gets a little release off of you. So I think we're going to run a lot of zone coverage, and we're probably going to blitz a lot because we know they have a bad offensive line. So you're going to see a lot of guys in the box, like Jordy said. That's why they did keep a couple guys for that same position at linebacker, like Avery. You could see him blitz sometimes here and there to cause some pressure for the quarterback. Because we know Matt Ryan, he's in the pocket a lot. So zone coverage 4-3. You got two guys that can beat you down the nine ball. So I'll say zone coverage games because of those two speed demons on the outside.
Pretty good, pretty good. Now, one thing we did discuss are players returning from injury, mainly Rodney McLeod, who we've seen out there. I believe it was yesterday and today. I think he had a knee brace on. He was running around, looked pretty good. He's going to play a big factor in this game if he's playing. I mean, like I said it before, he's our anchor. I mean, in the backfield, he's our anchor. I mean, I think he was the sixth least. I want to say sixth best.
Yeah.
Safety in the league last year. You know what I mean? Like
When
he was
played.
taking care. What was that?
When he played, yeah.
Yeah. Like when healthy, man. Like he's like saying he's one of the best. Without him, though, what do you think will look like? Because if he's not in, I think Kayvon Wallace will be starting that game. How does that change things?
It changes it a lot, honestly. Because if you don't have your main leader out there, like he took that like leader, role from Malcolm Jenkins when Malcolm Jenkins, ultimately went to the Saints. So honestly, I feel like you're not gonna have that leader there, because Rodney McLeod, he's a damn good leader. And some of the reasons why he was so good last year is because he got one interception in that Niners game, so he can cause a lot of just like little sneaky plays at his position at safety. So he can do a lot around the box. If he has to, he can come up and just blitz easily if he has to. Like, remember that playoff game when we played the Falcons a couple years back? He blitzed Matt Ryan and he sacked him. So if you don't have that, then honestly, man, I don't know what it'll look like. So Wallace has to step up, as that Facebook user said.
Jordy?
Yo,
So,
Matt,
yeah,
I will get to that
Go ahead.
prediction real fast for you. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you guys.
All right, so
Go for it, bud.
I was gonna say the legs catch me a little bit, but so with McLeod out, you're gonna see a little bit of a decrease in safety play, or a little bit of a gap in safety play between him and Kayvon. Now, I do believe Kayvon can be a good safety when he gets in the right position to play well. He's in a scheme that's not Jim Schwartz, so I have a lot more faith. But Rodney's the leader of this safety group, and you can argue the case that for how long he's been here, he could be the leader of the secondary. He's got the experience. He's been around the roster a long time. He's been around a lot of the players, a lot of the coaching in general. He knows what he's doing. He's very experienced. So you're losing that guy and you're putting a second-year Kayvon in his spot. It's going to do some damage to how good this defense can be, but it all depends on how this works out because scheme's going to play a big factor. Gannon's preaching versatility, and we don't know how this will look at the end of the day.
Yeah, I heard you say you can argue he's like the leader of the secondary, but you could say he is the leader of this entire team, honestly. You can be.
Very good point.
What was the question?
The anchor the difference basically Rodney McLeod starting and Kayvon, because we've seen Rodney McLeod, he's been cleared, he's been in practice, he looks pretty good, has a knee brace on. But what if time comes and game day comes up and we're just going to hold him back and he doesn't play? How do you think that would change?
You know how I feel about Kayvon. I'm a very big supporter of that kid. You know, it's fate that he's on our team because I've wanted him out of Syracuse. You know, I think he's a tremendous talent. You know,
Clemson.
or Clemson, sorry. Yeah. Um, but I think he's a tremendous talent. You know, and only time will tell. But if Rodney can't go though, man, his voice will still be heard. He'll still be there. You know, so he can lead in a vocal way, and that itself means the most, I believe. You know, just having him there and around is important.
I think that's very important, but in a way, I kind of see it as a double-edged sword because although Ronnie is the captain and the anchor, he hasn't been on the field much, so there will be some
Yeah.
rust. On the other end, we have Kayvon, who's been out there. You know, he's been working and grinding this whole training camp, but yet he doesn't have the experience or the knowledge of McLeod. So I feel like when it's all said and done, McLeod's going to play. He's going to start, but I don't think he's going to be playing a lot. You know what I mean? Like they're going to mix in Kayvon in there. They might mix in Epps. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like when McLeod's out, we're basically covering for him. So everyone's going to have to help Kayvon. You know what I mean? Like that's the issue. We're going to have to cover for everyone else once he's out. When he's in, our defense is locked. You know what I mean? Like that's the final piece. We're locked in it. But without
Well,
him,
see, I think maybe that's why they went to get Harris this offseason. Because if you think about it, now Harris can kind of be McLeod, you know, while McLeod's out. So really, we're not losing much, but, you know, we are because, you know, he's not used to our team. You know, and they're not used to his voice in the locker room, but he is experienced with our defense, our defensive scheme, and you know JG, and
Yeah.
so there's benefits to it, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, there are benefits and at the same time, like there are drawbacks too. Because like I said, with Ronnie
Yeah,
in, everyone's accustomed to him, except for the new guys. But everyone pretty much is accustomed. They know how he is. It's just like how we were saying with the line. If you move, say a mile out the way, and you put Dickerson in, Cleese is going to be off because he's not used to what they're doing. Same way with McLeod. If McLeod's not in, Slay, everyone else is going to be off just a little bit. But luckily enough, they had this whole training camp to be accustomed to being with Wallace, and other
exactly.
guys. And they have to be accustomed, they got to be quick on the fly. Like we said, any given Sunday, someone could be injured. So at any given time, that lineup's going to switch up. So that's something that everyone has to get, and that's what we're going to have to do throughout this whole season. We're going to have to gel. We're going to get accustomed with each other, and not just with certain starters, with everyone in general, because what we all know is we're going to be very versatile this season. We're going to, there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of different fronts, a lot of different looks. So everyone's going to have to be on their toes. Hopefully, we mentally can get through it because that is very tough when you think about it. I mean, you got to learn everyone, and it's kind of tough when you have multiple people to think about. But hopefully, we can get through it.
Yeah.
So I have said it from day one, and I'll keep saying it until the season is over. If we want to be successful this year, there's only two coaches that mean the most out of all of it, and that's Tracy Rocker and Nick Rallis. If those two are successful in doing their job, we should have a successful season. That's your defensive line coach and your linebackers.
Mhm.
If those two coaches can do what they're supposed to do and get these guys to play right, we should be a pretty decent team. That's your most two important positions.
I think Rocker can. I mean,
Yeah.
Rallis, I think he is one because I think the linebacker position, before we kept all those 7 linebackers, it may have had the chance to be the worst position for us on the team. The weakest position, I guess. Not bad, but it's not the best there is for us. So if he can get those boys right at 27, 28 years old, that's like you some of you guys are older than him in here. So like if he's like if he's not
Thanks.
coaching boys up, if he's not coaching those boys up correctly, some of them may like think they can coach better than him. So they may be concerned with his coaching. So Rallis has to step it up. I don't know about Rocker, but he has a chance to.
I agree, Josh.
Yeah, but what about What about Brian Johnson? Because he's worked with Hurts before, and Sirianni, Shane Steichen. They got to get the offense correct. So
Well, why I said that though is I'm not truly worried about our offense. I mean, like I said, I know things are going to be rough, but these guys seem to really like what they have, and that's something you can build off of. Just that alone. So I'm not really worried about our offense as much as I am our defense. There's still some question marks, but offensively, I think we'll actually be okay this year.
yeah, but
Me,
I'm not too worried about our D line.
no, the D line, no, but I am
No,
worried about the offense because, like we all know, our wide receivers are inexperienced. We've seen only glimpses. We only see potential. We haven't really seen them in full view. I think, yet. We have until next week. I'm hoping that, they can show out. And our running back, after Miles Sanders, what do we really have? We got Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell, and we don't know if they're going to bring or hold anyone else. They're going to bring someone up in the practice squad. Everyone's thinking Howard, Huntley. We don't know what's going to transpire. Our line, for the most part, is healthy. We know that's solid. I mean, there isn't much worry other than the fact of health for our line. Our quarterback, listen, I got confidence in the kid. I think he's going to perform well. Like I said, he might slip up, but he has that mindset of on to the next play. I mean, like he said before, the rent is due. It's constantly due. So you got to perform, you got to show out, and I think Jalen Hurts, he can body through.
Honestly, if he can have like a 25 touchdown type of season, almost like consistently every single year, like not like till he's like he can't do it anymore, but like he can consistently do that, bro. I think we may have the franchise quarterback because all you want is wins. Who the hell cares about stats? Like they're good and all, but you want wins. Stats are good, but W's mean more. So if he's the quarterback and he's helping you win games, then you might have your franchise quarterback. I'm not saying he is because I've only seen a short sample size, but if he can help you win games and he does everything correctly, he's gonna make mistakes here and there. But if he's consistent every single year, then he may be the franchise guy.
as long as he keeps his same mindset to where he keeps knowing that he's no better than anyone else and he's always willing to be taught and he never
Right.
gets that mindset that he's better than anyone else and that he's better than the coaches and he's always willing to listen and to learn, this kid's going to grow.
All right. So
You don't stop. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just let me do a fuel to that fire. We've seen today out of college football, there's been some great quarterback play today. I mean, we've been wild by that kid from
Not
Liberty.
Spencer
You
Rattler.
got another one? What is it? What's his name?
Gonna say not Spencer Rattler because I don't like Spencer Rattler. I don't know why people hype him up, but y'all saw how bad he played earlier against an unranked division school, and they want to put all this damn hype on that kid.
But you got to admit, man, there's a lot of tape out there with these kids that are looking awesome so far. Do you think, our GM would be tempted? Because if it's if it's a decent season, is that enough for him to look for the quarterback of the future? Or will that be enough for him to be satisfied with Jalen Hurts?
There's no quarterback next year that's tempting other than Malik Harris. I mean Malik Willis.
Yeah, the guy from Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty.
What,
That's the
Yeah,
only
dude, that kid's going to be a fucking monster,
Yeah.
man. Watch. I
Yeah.
but you know
promise.
how it always plays out because in the beginning of the season is one guy, by the end there's always three. And it becomes four once the draft rolls around. So there's always going to be that guy.
Howell didn't look good with the weapons. I mean, Howell looked good with the weapons last year. Now he has to look better without those weapons. He lost De'Ami Brown. He lost a couple guys on that offense like Javonte Williams. So now taking those guys out of the pictures because they all got drafted into the NFL, we have to see how good he looks because everyone loved him in high school. Everyone loved him last season. Now all those weapons are gone. How does he perform? Spencer Rattler, y'all know I don't like him. He sucks. I'm an Auburn fan. Bo Nix is going to be the Heisman this year. He's a future Heisman. Jordy, he's going to win it this year. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
I will say this. If Lurie still wants Hurts as the QB next year, Hurts will be the QB next year.
Mm-hmm.
So you think it's more of Laurie's decision than Howie?
Yes and no. If it comes down to it, and Laurie still has the overwhelming want of Hurts needs to be the QB, our QB, then he's going to say something, because especially if he has a bad year, because it's Howie, and Howie's always looking at a different option, or he always has a long-term plan, because that's Howie. He's got his own draft board. That should tell you all you need to know.
No, I agree with it, man, because, I mean, you think about it. Howie said Hurts was starting this year a couple months back. And look, he is. So, wait, who did I just say? I said
Howie.
Jeffrey, right?
Howie.
Well, you said Howie.
Oh, I meant to say Jeffrey. Jeffrey said it a couple months back that he was going to start this year. And look, it's happening. So if he comes out at the end of next year and says, I still trust in him, he's starting, well, my bet is that's what it's going to be, because, there's only one person Howie can't trump over, and that's Jeffrey. So.
Honestly,
Hey, I feel really bad. Hold on, I feel really bad here, though. Let's get to this guy's question, because he asked it twice. So.
Goodman's been asking.
It's not because you're a Dallas fan I've been putting it off. I swear to God, it's just they had good conversations going.
Oh boy, Goodman. That's the homie right there, Matthew Goodman. He always is in everyone's chat, but yeah.
Listen, man, I'm going to be safe on this one, and I'm just going to say, for me, in my opinion, it comes down to the very last week, my guy. And this is anyone's division. I'm going to be straight up honest. I don't think you can put one winner on this. I think it's going to be everyone right to the end. So
I'm going to put one winner on this, and I'm going to say it's going to be the Eagles. I'm going to put a nice bow on that bad boy. But I think it'll be close. I think even though a lot of people are doubting Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think Washington will be in there. Dallas, I know he might get upset. I think they'll be in it, but it'll be between Dallas and Washington for that second spot. New York, where I see it. Exactly where they're at, the dumpster.
BPS. Oh, Jordy, go for it.
I will say this. I do agree with AK, but one thing I will say is the Giants will be in the basement of the league again. Although they're not going to be the Lions, which is turning into the old Browns of the NFL, which is purgatory for literally anybody. Hi, Jared Goff. But
damn,
at least the Giants are going to be somewhat competitive this year. But hey, we'll beat them both games, and then Belby will have to be a full-on Eagles fan.
Damn. I wish he was here for that one.
All you gotta do is put Boston Scott in, and the game's already won.
Definitely.
Oh, shit. That's funny. So, anyone in the chat have any questions for us while we continue on here?
I got Dallas.
I did see who is it, Facebook user. I don't know who their name is. This comes up Facebook. They did make a good point about our triple threat of wide receivers.
Yep.
Yeah. Like they're gonna be nasty. It's like I said, it's because we have so much talent, and you gotta factor in our tight ends. Our tight ends are gonna create a lot of space for our wide receivers, because you still gotta focus on two of the best tight ends in the league. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, granted, you have some good wide receivers, but on the inside, you're gonna still have Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. They're just gonna be tearing up the middle of the field. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be pick and choose your poison. That's all they're gonna get.
Listen, man, and this is another reason why you have to worry about our wide receivers, because they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. These are all young guys, and they are on their rookie deals, and there's nothing for them to lose. They can lose their starting job, but that's it. But they have everything to gain. Literally. I mean, these three combined, man, they could be your next starters the next 10 years, and they know that. They know that. So it's now theirs to go out and get it. So, that's what makes them dangerous.
Listen, I see Watkins and Smith like Keenan McCardell and Jimmy Smith. Like that, you know what I'm saying? When they had those duos, that's what I see we have. We have a duo for years to come. Because Watkins, you know what I mean? Like every day he's coming off as, he's the number one receiver. And he's playing like he's number one receiver. And then you got Devontae Smith, like one of the best route runners out there. Even though he has been on NFL field, his feet will tell you he's one of the best route runners out there. He has perfect footwork, great hands, good speed. He's going to be a problem too. It's like you're looking at that camera super hard. You all right?
No.
You look skeptical right now.
I was just listening to your
You're
guys.
mean mugging. What are you listening to?
I was just listening to your guys' opinions. Like, I'm just trying to hear. I'm just trying to.
I thought you had Kanye in the background throwing the jail, little baby.
I would have been bopping my head, bro. Come on now.
Nah, he's reviving the Howie Roseman account.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nah.
All right, now I have a question for you guys, and honestly, hold up, Facebook user back in the house.
Facebook user giving out feelings.
What are your feelings about having the triple threat and going back to the time of when you had Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Randall Cunningham? Now that you have Jalen Hurts with 3 instead of 2.
Listen, I'll be honest. That 97 Vikings team was wild. You had Cash, Randall Cunningham, tossing it to money, Randy Moss, and you had the incomparable Chris Carter. Listen, man, that offense was wild. I don't know how they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I believe it was Morton Anderson. Damn you and your left foot. The one time you missed on the most important game of your life, you bastard. You stole that from Randall. Randall's the Super Bowl MVP right now.
You Ray Finkled it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, he did. Listen, Randy would have had a chip. Randall would have been MVP. He would have solidified himself to the Hall of Fame. If it wasn't for you, Anderson. I'd put a middle finger up, but.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Yeah.
He's a man. Captain Winky.
Captain Winky.
That was so gross. So gross.
Oh shit, that's funny. All right, so here's my question then. We have 3 potential guys who could honestly, you could say, possibly could break 1,000 yards. Rager in the slot at his natural position. I could see it happen. Watkins, because of his speed, his hands, and improved route running that he's done over the off season. Who knows? He's got to show it, but he's shown what he's shown so far. I see a lot of potential there. And obviously, we know what Devontae Smith can bring. So, what is the odds that they could possibly have 2 1,000 yards receivers this year?
Very good. Very good. I said it before. I think Smith's going to be top 5 in receptions. So right there, that's one of the reasons why I hit 1,000. You looking crazy like he can't, Slay?
No, I'm not saying.
Man, hey, I'm gonna bring up.
Listen, Slay. I understand because me being 33, bro.
Explain it. Show your work.
No, listen. Me being 33, bro. I understand. That's a very hard concept to realize. Okay, because we haven't had good wide receivers, but just think though. The possibility is there though, and don't be scared of it. Walk towards the light, kid.
I know that, but there's other receivers that get the ball a lot. Like you got Diggs in Buffalo, you got D-Hop in Arizona, you got Devontae and Green Bay. You got other guys like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
Tyreek Hill ain't leading nothing in receptions. Tyreek Hill don't lead anything in receptions. Tyreek Hill probably gets 4 to 5 catches a game. If that's it.
Yeah,
he ain't leading nothing. His things are yards for the long ball. That's all Tyreek Hill is.
I can see it, bro, because Devontae is the number 1 pass catcher on this team. Literally as soon as he got on the team, but that all plays into how good Hurts is, and if he gets them the ball a lot.
Well, listen, man, I believe a quarterback plays as good as his offensive line, and if he's got a top 3 offensive line, he should play pretty fucking good. That's the way I look at it.
Salute to you, Joe Enos.
Yes, Joe Enos, shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you for stopping in. He's the owner of the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles Facebook group on Facebook. So,
thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Definitely go check him out.
Okay. So, Slay, Why you down my guy Smith? What you got from?
I don't
Down my
got.
guy.
I love Devontae, man. Y'all act like I don't like Devontae. Like
No, we know you do.
Like, come on now. I love Devontae Smith.
Hold on. Let me get your opinion as Howie Roseman. That's what I want to do. I want to get your opinion as different characters that you have. That'd be awesome.
This is how y'all know I'm not Howie Roseman. Jamar Chase is better than Devontae Smith.
Oh, don't try to throw us off.
Watch them go nuts.
You lie. Look at you cheesing. Look at you cheesing right now. You can't just sit there and say that.
We need to remember, Big Play Slay has 5 emails for 5 different Twitters.
Hey. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you an honest question, fam? I know you have like 15 relationships all throughout. How are you managing that also?
I don't know how to do it. Bro, I only got 2
Big
phones.
Play Slay dog. Big Play Slay dog. That's what it is.
Listen to me. I will send you something signed from the Philadelphia Eagles if you admit it right now.
I put that. No.
Oh, look at the smile. He is so thinking about it. Go ahead, just I am Iron Man. Say it.
There is no way I am Howie Roseman. I wish I was. I would make.
Hey, clip it. That's the soundbite right there. Clip it. That's how we're starting the show. Clip it.
Where's Papa Sora when you need him?
Y'all are gonna Wait, who even came up with
Somebody message Papa Sora. Get him in here.
Yeah.
Wait,
you know what's gonna be funny? As soon as he comes in, the board's gonna be up.
Yep. Oh, dude, I guarantee you, he didn't even erase that shit. He's kept it up.
Who started it? I just want to know who started it. Was it?
I did.
Remember
you did.
Plays a captive.
Yeah, I said whenever he grabbed the whiteboard, I said, "Oh, you need to put detective in your name." He went out, put on a tie, rolled up his sleeves, fucking came back as Detective Papa Sora.
Detective Inspector Papa Sora.
Y'all make me laugh, man. I love it.
Proper title.
Yeah.
Yo, that was possibly our best segment ever. No lie.
I was on mute, dying, like coughing, dying, because I knew if you could hear me, I would sound like an idiot. I was done for. As soon as I see him turn around with the with the hoodie and the tie on,
right?
Wow.
Oh my god.
And yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it made fucking sense. a lot of it did,
right? It really did.
I was just like, I was enthralled. I was just sitting back.
I don't know if I was muted or not, but as soon as he brought up probing, I died.
Whoever put up that lie detector, that's our next move. The next live, we're going to have Big Play Slay strapped up, Maury Povich style, and we're going to get all the information out of him.
You are Howie Roseman.
Exactly.
Wait, are we talking about the real GM Howie or the one?
The burner account.
Obviously, you're not the real Howie fucking Roseman, my guy. We know that.
Hey, bro,
that's obvious.
Hey man, Howie Roseman only comes out of his cave 3 times a year. You're not Howie Roseman.
I'm talking about the one that was in the chat last night.
I know. But
there's
the real
no way.
No, I'm telling him that.
Hey, one thing Howie Roseman is good in the chats is that he's very logical. When he gets
look at him giving out
comments. Look at this guy.
Very logical.
Pat yourself on the back, my guy. Holy crap.
Look at Jock Talk's comment.
Yo.
Holy fuck. Bro, who knows? This dude could be 40 or 30. He could be old enough to be my freaking dad.
All right, pause. Who will have the better season, Zeke or Sanders? I'm going to say Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah. I could say I would say it's be close. I'm not going to say it's going to be like a far. I mean, like there's going to be a big disparity. I'm going to say it's very close, but I'm going to give it to Sanders. And it's not because I'm a fan or whatever. I just see with this offense we're going to be passing. Because you know how guys are like, let me do my homework. Let me show you my work. Because you know what I'm saying, we're running a West Coast offense for him. So Miles, a lot of people say he's not good at catching the ball, but guess what? He is going to develop at catching the ball. He's going to be catching the ball at the backfield more. I mean, he's going to be touching more. There's going to be more. He's going to have a lot more total yards. I mean, he's going to be like that old school running back we used to have in shape. I mean, where he was that passing threat and he was that rushing threat. You got them both of them. that's why I say he'll have a better year.
All right, Slay. But when you go here, give me your pick, and then give me your stats for Sanders for the year, and then we'll go to Jordy, Vic, and then me.
All right, I'll say Sanders, honestly, because he has a better situation than Zeke. And I know Goodman's not going to like that, but realistically, Sanders does have a better situation right now because you have 3 receivers that are all going to get the ball, and you have another tight end that's going to get the ball. So it's going to be Sanders because he only has Devontae and Goddard. But I'll say he has like 1,400 yards this season, like 8 touchdowns, maybe 8 rushing touchdowns, maybe 42 receptions, around like that 500 like yards mark in terms of receiving yards.
Jordy?
So honestly,
Jordy?
I'm here. Don't worry. I say breaks the 1,000-yard mark. It's about 1.25k yards. Because I mean, this offense you're going to see a bit more of a rushing attack, and there's actually going to be one in the second half. Now, yes, he's going to share carries here and there with a Boston Scott or maybe a Kenny Gainwell. I think Kenny Gainwell is going to take a little bit of his passes out of the backfield, but I still think he can get a good around a 40 to 50 mark in terms of receptions for a good couple hundred yards. But
Bro, did you really just say 1.25?
1.25k.
I know, but 1.25. That's just weird. I've never heard anybody say it that way before. Usually it's like 1,025 yards.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Vic has Elliott in our league, right? Yes, Elliott in our league, right? And the fantasy season forecast projects him to have Elliott 1,800 yards rushing and like 62 receptions and like 11.
Wait, what?
1,800 yards. That's the season forecast.
Who is this off of PFF? Like, who is doing this?
Yahoo League. This is our Yahoo
PFF.
League.
Hey, look, you know what? Let me be honest right now, because you just mentioned that. I played ESPN. I've done NFL Network. Out of all of them, Yahoo looks the worst. I've heard people say that's the best. It doesn't. Yahoo to me looked the worst out of all of it. ESPN got to be the best one out there.
Bro, that's good for you because that's your team, the Mean Green Quarantine.
Whoa. But seriously, Zeke had 1,800 yards?
Yeah, I think that's a little too much. That's a little too much.
Look at that.
What?
I don't know how to show it.
No, I see.
Yeah, but those predictions are wild, though.
Yeah.
1,800 yards? So how many attempts is he supposed to get? How many carries are they factoring?
Over 300, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to run like Marco Murray season?
If you're trying to run him for over 300, he's getting hurt. I can say
that's what I'm saying. I think Dallas learned their lesson that you can't do that to a running back anymore.
Bro, what? No. They D'Amico Ryan the shit out of every halfback they have. No lie, dude. They use them up very quickly, and then they dispense of them. No lie, Elliott's only going to be good till he's 28, and he's going to be done. Like, there's nothing going to be left of him. They're going to use the shit out of him.
Like 1,300.
It's Mike McCarthy, bro. That dude does not know how to use it. Like, he used them a lot last year, but I don't know, man. Mike McCarthy, he doesn't like using his running backs. Like, Aaron Jones, he wasn't good before there, until Matt LaFleur got there. So I don't even think he's going to have over anywhere close to that.
Big play, you ain't lying, because Mike McCarthy is a pass-heavy guy. And then when he was in Green Bay, who was the Green Bay running back?
Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy.
And look at how his fat ass turned out.
Yeah, well, he also ate himself
but that was his diet habits, bro.
No, matter of fact, hold on, but I don't think that was McCarthy, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
I thought, man, for whatever reason, I thought it was oh my God, the older guy that they had. It was probably before McCarthy.
No, it was McCarthy. Lacy was with McCarthy.
But even then, when they used him, it was Eddie Lacy that was bringing it to it, because he was a big body at first when he was, physical runner. But after he gained that weight, It was over.
Even then, Aaron Jones was still with the Packers when Mike McCarthy was there, and he still didn't use that boy.
Yeah, that is good. You bring up a good point, Big Slap. You did bring up a good point. So again, I don't see Zeke getting at 1,800. That's crazy. Sorry.
And he has 3 receivers next to him with another tight end.
Yeah.
With Mike McCarthy running the plays with Moore there.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Zeke don't catch the ball like that. They use Zeke as a workhorse. He's a running back. You know what I mean? Like old school running back. They're not trying to have him come out
Listen,
the
the
backfield.
one thing I remember McCarthy saying is that year he stepped away from football, it opened his eyes to a lot of things. And he
The buffet?
realized the things he did wrong, and he realized the things that he did right. And the one thing I promise you he realized he did wrong is he didn't run the football enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Man.
something he changed from his old ways, and I promise you he will use Zeke because he knows Zeke is worth using. I mean, you shouldn't use him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to call
I
Cap
think
on
it's
that
fucking sensible.
because I'm looking at Zeke's stats right now. He came in in 2016. That's his best year. That was 1,600 yards, 1,631.
Yeah.
Second best was in 2018. He came in at 1,434. After that was the next season. He had 1,357. If you notice, there is a pattern where even though he's having a good season, the yards aren't getting up to the same. They're only going down. After that last year, 979.
Yeah,
Zeke
and
ain't hitting 1,800.
and
You
he's
are
not
out your
going to
mind if
get
you
a
think
lot of
that.
yards. He's not going to get a lot of carries this year because he's going to get a good carries for himself because he's Zeke. But like last year they had Dak out, so they're not
How
going to
many
get.
carries did he have last year?
That's the next thing I wanted to bring up. His
Mhm.
No, how
his
many did he have?
workload is ridiculous. Last year was a light year for him at 244. But on average, I'm gonna just call it out. First year, 322.
Yeah.
Second year after that, 242. Then back to the 300s at 304. 2019, again with 300 at 304. Last year, like I said, 244. So Zeke is getting work.
Yeah, but dude, you got to realize though that 244 this year and next year, he's done after that. Like even
I
at
wouldn't say he's
244,
done.
that's going to be a lot.
I would say Zeke has maybe 3 to 4 good seasons left. I'll be honest, 3 to 4 good seasons. That's a good amount. That's a good career. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not a slouch. He's not a slouch. That's 8 good years.
Yeah.
It was DeMarco Murray, Josh.
It was
Marco Murray.
And one of the reasons he had a lot of carries last year is because who the fuck was your quarterback? Like honestly, I don't want to curse or anything, but it is the Eagles Uncensored podcast. But who was your quarterback? No one's gonna get pass heavy if Garrett Gilbert and Ben DiNucci are your quarterback. They're gonna use Zeke, of course, because that's your main priority to do when your quarterback isn't there.
Oh, that's right. It was
But hold
Darren
on.
McFadden.
Let me
That
just
is
point
right.
something.
Darren
Derek McFadden was the only one that could handle it, and they got rid of him.
So you're
But
gonna
let's-
use Zeke still.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. Let's talk about that. How we were just
My bad.
mentioning. Even without Dak Prescott and with Ben DiNucci and whoever the hell else was in there, you had the Red Rocket. They still didn't run the ball that much. Zeke had less carries at 244. That was his second lowest. His second lowest in carries when it should have been depending on him more. Now, why did it depend on him more? He was, banged up. But guess what? They had a kid by name Tony Pollard who was showing out. That's the reason why.
And
Zeke is never going to get up to that 14, 15. He's not getting there. He is never getting there.
He's
Let me say
gotten
this. It was McFadden for 1 year, and he didn't even start that full year. Then he became a backup and then fizzled out of the league.
Didn't they have Barber when McFadden was there?
Huh?
Didn't they have Barber when McFadden was there? Wasn't that like the 1-2 combo?
I think so. Because he got 239 carries.
Hey, look,
Very
even
Barber.
Matthew agrees with me, man. He'll get 260 plus.
around there.
Yeah, he probably will, but don't mean he'll get 1,800
I
yards.
said about 300. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's around 280.
Here's the thing about Zeke getting large carries. And Goodman brought up earlier about he hasn't had a major injury. Well, then he's due for one because you can't get this many carries. And he was the starting back in college for how many years at Ohio State? You can't just expect him to take so many carries and come into the NFL and take this many carries and then just no major injuries in his career. That's not going to happen. He's
There's
bound
only
to
one
take a
freak
major
that can
injury
do
sooner or
that.
later.
That's
Running
Derrick
backs
Henry.
have a short shelf life for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only Derrick Henry can do that.
It'll catch
you
up
never
to
even
him.
know because I used to
It'll
think
catch
that nothing could hurt Adrian Peterson, and he was taken out a whole year with an ACL injury. He came
Yeah.
back like a beast, like it never happened. But you never know. I don't wish any harm to anyone. I hope that Zeke has a healthy and a successful season. But like Jordy said, tread on that tire is getting a little thin. At any time, there could be an injury. So if Dallas is smart about it, they'd mix in Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You know how they are down there. The stars
With
get
the
to shine.
with the way Henry plays, it's gonna catch up to Henry real soon. Not like anywhere around this.
Matthew, like I said, no one will ever be built like AP, and he got hurt. Zeke ain't the physical specimen that Adrian Peterson was. Nowhere near it.
But Zeke is still a damn dominant back there.
Yeah, but he's not that physical specimen. I mean, he a big dude, but he ain't AP at all.
Like in terms of like getting outside and just like
No, I'm just mean in physicality in general. In size, strength, and physicality, he's not AP.
like tackling, like when a linebacker.
When have you seen Zeke run through someone like AP? Put
Never.
Brian Urlacher in front of Zeke. You don't think Urlacher's going to take him down?
I think so.
AP put his chest into him, and I think Urlacher still has that hole in his chest.
Damn. When was this?
He was a monster.
Yeah,
AP was
yeah,
a
but
monster.
Matthew, that's the thing, though. I mean, DeMarco Murray, you guys toasted him at 28.
Hey,
I mean,
he made a good
done,
point.
so.
Zeke is only 26, and like I told you, he has
He's got like 2 more years. That's what I'm
Once he
saying.
gets to 30, it's a wrap.
I think it's gonna be like around 31, 30, somewhere around there.
Nah, he'll be a backup around 30.
28, man. I say he starts falling off at 28.
I don't think
big
he's
time.
gonna be a backup at 30. Around 30. It's 30. I think he's gonna still start, but he's not gonna be as good, in my opinion.
Let me say this. So he said he's 6 foot, 220 pure muscle.
Mhm.
So, we have a 5'6", 203 running back by the name of Boston Scott, who the dude's literally a bowling ball. That doesn't mean anything.
And just to say, he's not 6'2", he's only 6 foot. Not 6'2", just 6.
He said
6
6
foot,
feet.
220.
Oh, I thought he said 6'2". I was like, he's not 6'2", he's just 6.
But you can tell me a running back size all you want, and then he's pure muscle. Doesn't mean that he's invincible.
Yeah,
Far from
Ryan
it.
Matthews. Same size as Ryan
Hey,
Matthews.
I've seen Zeke Elliott get popped a couple times. Don't think I haven't.
Yeah.
I
I
have.
was gonna say, he's physical, but he's not the most physical. He's not really running through anybody.
Well, and it's also, Matthew, it also is your diet and how good you take care of your body, too. I mean,
Well, where
you
do
know,
y'all think he ranks in terms of running backs?
who is he?
Everyone today?
Yeah.
Playing today? Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll put him top 10.
Well, like where in the top 10? Like
Probably like 8, 9 in that area.
solid. I don't see it, but it's understandable.
No, I agree, Matthew. He has. I've seen him pop some people, as well as he should.
Some corners.
I'd put Zeke at like fringe 10.
Wow.
It's not that far.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with Vic. I'd say 8, 9.
I don't say 10. I still
No,
think
and even look,
7 or 8.
Matthew, even like 10, 8, top 8, 10, 8. So
But, like,
yeah,
not 10 though. I can name a couple running backs who's
I
better
said 8,
than.
9.
Like, I can name a ton of running backs who's better than.
I was
But
gonna
he
say,
is
start that list then.
Yeah, let's hear it. Go,
Alright,
do it.
he's better than Sanders. He's better than Antonio Gibson. He's better than Saquon. Him and Saquon. That's hard. I can't even say that.
What? What?
Okay. It's Saquon. Holy hell.
Oh my God.
I was about to be an Eagles chant take. I'm telling you.
All right.
Nah,
so,
it's BPS2, the Giants fan.
yeah, no plan.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What up?
Where's that BPS you guys taking hostage? Where he at? Papa Stores let
He's
us
in the
know.
floorboards, my guy.
Yeah, man, there's a third one out there, man. Just let
He's
him
in the closet.
live. He needs to be free. He should be able to
Let
live
him
his
out of
life.
the attic, bro. Shit. Get him some air.
Now
Take those chains off,
he's in the
man.
closet.
Release the shackles.
Y'all are crazy, bro.
No, we're not holding anyone captive.
Hey, you started this. Don't think
No,
you
it
did.
wasn't, bro. It was you. You even admitted it.
When did he admit
You
Yes,
started it the moment you created those accounts. You knew what you were getting into.
I wasn't. I didn't.
So notice how neither Big Play Slate or Howie would post at the same time.
Nothing in the chat. Are they in the chat at the moment?
What
Any
did
of
he?
them
What,
not?
No,
what did we even
No.
post?
they're
at the
not
same-
present.
I don't
So
even
far,
remember.
we haven't seen y'all in the
what
two
we posted at the
places.
same time.
Keep your hands up to the screen like this the whole time.
Like
The whole
what?
time.
I'm
Yeah,
not
exactly.
doing that. That's gonna be too boring.
Yep. Just end it just like this.
What?
Yeah,
What did we
Josh
even
says,
post?
Howie, I want to hear the list.
Oh my god! But I was gonna ask, what did we even say at the same time that y'all are tripping about?
There was
No,
nothing.
what it
There
was is you
absolutely
were
nothing at the
talking
same
as just
time.
Howie. And then I think Vic made the comment, "Oh, I love how it's just Howie talking now." And then right after he said that, you started going Howie Doug, Howie Doug, Howie Doug, Howie Doug, like instantly. And
When?
It was never a mix. It was always 4 messages from Howie, 3 from
Y'all are
Doug, 5 from Howie, 6 from Doug. It was always like, look at him. You can't, fam, you can't lie. I'm gonna have to buy a lie detector. We don't get it.
Y'all tell me, man. Y'all
I'm gonna add it in. So each
hey,
lie you get a
do you
shot.
know one of the signs of lying, my guy?
what?
When your voice gets high.
And also, no eye contact.
No.
Avoid eye contact. Look at that.
Look at you looking down at that
Yeah.
phone. Look at you looking down at that phone.
Switching up accounts right now.
Yeah, switch it. Yep.
Just on my mini phone, bro.
Watch now
Yeah, I
that
hear
we're
like
saying
Kevin
this,
Gates
we
got
won't
2 phones.
watch. Now we won't see Howie Roseman or Doug Peterson for the whole stream.
Hey,
Yep,
check that out.
Hold Mr. Lucy comment.
That is from a Dallas fan right there. Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Davlin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Chubb. Depends
He's not
on
that
if
far from
Barkley is
myself.
healthy. If healthy, Barkley is 7. If not, Zeke is 7.
It's all subjective, you know what I mean?
Bird Gang 31.
Aaron Jones is 6.
Yeah, Aaron
Can I
Jones is
just-
a monster.
Can I just say I'm putting Josh Jacobs over Zeke?
No. I completely disagree. That's no.
No love for Austin Eckler.
I honestly, I was thinking about it. That one's
No
debatable
love for the little
too.
guy.
I got a question for you, Jordan.
Hey, now
Wait, hold
here's a
on. Did he even
debatable
mention
one.
Dalvin Cook?
Hey, here's a debatable one though. What about Kareem Hunt?
That's a good one.
He's good.
Good one.
No. Fuck that. If he was still in
I'll
Kansas
say-
City, he'd be dominating right now, my guy.
I said
He's only in
Kareem
that
Hunt is
situation because of
anywhere
what he
from
did.
15 to 20. He's
I'm
anywhere from
not
15 to 20.
disagreeing with you, but he's a damn backup. I mean, like,
Yeah, but back up to circumstance.
Yeah, but bro, they both broke 1,000 yards last year. I wouldn't say that's a backup.
I know he's not. I know he's not a backup. Like, he's regarded as one, but he definitely is a starter. But like, he's a backup right now. I don't know where to put him.
I'm gonna say this right now. If the Ravens were smart, they'd be throwing money at Browns right now, trying to get Kareem Hunt.
Right? Like, no lie, is Kareem Hunt not a starter on everyone else's roster?
1,000%.
I was trying to get him in all my
Exactly.
fantasy
That's
leagues.
my point. So Kareem Hunt, if you put it, dude, I don't know. Kareem Hunt's a fucking animal, man.
Kareem is the best all-time handcuff. He is the number 1 all-time handcuff.
Right?
Let me.
So Jordy, I want to say something real quick because you said Josh Jacobs is better than Zeke. So do you think Sanders is better than Zeke?
That's debatable because if you look at the situation Sanders has been in with a coach who doesn't run the ball after the first half if nothing works, and in a running back by committee, I think this season decides if he's better or not.
Yeah,
I can't tell you he's above, but I also can't tell you he's not. I think this is the deciding factor this year.
So if you said that Jacobs is better than Zeke, that I think that does mean that. I don't know, man. I'm just
No, because
putting
Jacobs
Listen,
has
man,
dropped.
I have also been the one that sit there and said that Miles Sanders is kind of almost the exact talent of Saquon. So I can't exactly sit there and say that Sanders isn't better than Zeke or Josh Jacobs isn't better than Zeke, but I understand where he's coming from. Josh Jacobs is a beast, but
he's not better than Sanders.
Jacobs has dropped.
No, we're
Listen.
talking about Zeke here.
Yeah, I know that, but Zeke is better than Jacobs.
Yeah, but you
Listen,
got to use the
Jacobs has
same.
had 2 straight 13,000-yard seasons. In the last 2 seasons, he is third in broken tackles, and not only that, he can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And he has a horrible coach.
Yeah,
That's true.
and his old line is pretty fucking
Gruden likes
shitty.
to run the ball a lot, so it
Hey,
matters.
you gotta. That's a great point though. That Raiders line is horrid.
He's doing all that without a fucking offensive line too, man.
That's a great
that
point.
old line is crap.
No. Before this year, he had a solid offensive line, but now if he's good again with the horrible offensive line, but he may be better than Sanders, honestly.
That's the good thing about this season, man. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't even know what their offensive line was ranked last year at the end of the season, so I can't even tell you if they were good or bad. Yeah.
They're bringing in a makeshift line this year.
Well, what were they ranked at the end of last year? Can anyone tell me? Because I would love to know. That would give me an idea of how good their offensive line was.
No, but
Someone
they
help
brought
out
in
Louis
Kenyon.
Coronas.
So they brought in Kenyon Drake to be his backup.
Okay. But what was the rank?
I'm not sure, but I'm saying this. If you bring Kenyon Drake in after what he did in Arizona as a backup, that's by far confirmed a backup right now, that's pretty good for a running back.
They were 24, and some of that was because of the injuries.
That's shitty. 24 is shitty.
Yeah.
And he did that. Yeah, no, I gotta say, yeah. No, Jacobs is good, man. I do like Jacobs. He got drafted to a shitty situation.
This is debatable. Miles Sanders or David Montgomery? Now, that's a good debate.
We had that debate already, though.
Okay, I love Sanders, but I think Montgomery's better.
You're lying to yourself because Montgomery has less yards. Look it up.
What?
Fool, look it up. I'm just telling you. Look it up. Montgomery has less yards. Montgomery only had 2 seasons.
Okay,
Whoa. Wait, what just happened? Sorry.
He said that David Montgomery is better than Miles Sanders, and I am saying that is a false.
Stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. Montgomery's played better when he was healthy.
No. Don't say was playing better. If you want to say the stats, name the stats.
Yeah,
what were Montgomery's yards?
Last year, but that's not his fault because Matt Nagy.
Now we're giving excuses, man.
I agree that Miles Sanders didn't get used enough in the entire season. But the exact same argument is made for David Montgomery. You can make the exact same argument for David Montgomery.
Yeah, but Miles was also getting 6.0 yards per attempt last year.
I get that.
All year long up till the end of the year, he ended at 5.3.
But did you not see what David Montgomery did at the end of the season? He went nuts.
Yeah, but that's when people are hurt. They're not playing.
But bro,
That's when they're not playing.
Yeah, but 14
excuses. That's the actual fact. Especially being on the Chicago fucking Bears, they're absolutely not playing for anything.
Not just that, bro. We had 14 of 16 different offensive lines.
Yes,
that's fucking terrible.
The Bears' offensive line isn't that good. What are you talking about? They're not.
Did they have 14 of 16 different offensive lines last year?
No, but the Bears' offensive line isn't that much better.
Hey, but chemistry matters.
Yeah, but they're not.
Especially the offensive line.
Okay, so he had 8 touchdowns last year.
And the Bears made the playoffs. How can you sit there and say that? They're not that bad, obviously, if they can make the playoffs.
But they went 8-8, and they ultimately got a wild card position when they shouldn't have been in the playoffs. We all know that.
And we went 4-12, and we should have been there.
No, I don't think we should.
We went 4-12 and shouldn't have been even been in the discussion for our division.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying though, going in there though, before the season even started, we should have been a playoff team. What happened internally was not our fault, but on paper as a team and who we had and everything, the way it was set up, there was no reason that we should have not been able to win 8 or 9 games last year.
We'll see. Because if Sanders doesn't do good no more, I'm not making no more excuses for the guy. Like, I love him, but if he's not healthy and Montgomery is still putting up numbers, I'm gonna give some credit to him because I've always given some credit to Sanders. If he stayed healthy, he would have led the league in yards per carry. He will do it this year with a better offensive line. But if he's not healthy, and if he's not if he's only going for that one big play and not doing everything else that a running back should do, because he has that agility, he has all the receiving traits. He's not a good catcher, but he should develop that this season. If he's not good at that, then hey, man.
Well, see, and that's also my other thing too, man, is I'm also tired of giving up on guys really fucking early, even though all right, say Miles has another injury this year, knock on wood, because there's wood right here. But I mean, there's going to be people out there that say, yo, let's get rid of him, move on, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I understand, but you know what? We call for people's heads right after year one. And it's like, it's outrageous thinking. It's like we got to give these guys a little bit of time to develop. Yeah, Miles is in his third year. He's got a lot to prove this year, but I mean, in a way though, he has proved to be a very good halfback. He really has. He's shown it, but it's got to be more consistent, and I believe that's where we all agree on is consistency.
Yeah, I agree. And personally, I feel like if he was used, if both of these running backs were used the entire season correctly, they would have had over 1,400 yards, honestly. Montgomery's a beast.
So, Jordy, what's your stats then for Miles?
I was gonna say there.
Or wait, did I ask you already? Oh yeah, you had the 1.25. That's right. Wow, that felt so long ago. All right, Vic, how about you, my guy?
I'm sorry, I didn't get to hear the question.
What was your stats for Miles this season?
Oh, Miles, hold on. Total, I think it was 1,600 and change. Montgomery was at 19. Sanders has, I think, 200 more yards receiving than thing. So they're pretty much on par.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, Matthew, that was last year, my guy. Brandon Brooks was out last year. He's good this year. He's healthy and ready to go.
Vic, that's why I'm saying if both of these running backs, you can debate them. That's exactly why I say it's very debatable. Because
the one thing I did is the same
area. What's up?
The attempts. I didn't check that. I didn't look at that. Because that factors in a lot.
When were they drafted?
No. The attempts. How many attempts they had?
My guy.
I don't think Montgomery had too many attempts because Matt Nagy didn't use them a lot.
Yeah. Should we give up on JJ? Only been a couple of years for him too. Man, that's a touchy subject with me, man. Oh, I don't like that.
Bro, we should keep him forever. Never.
Cut up, Slay. I'm kidding, Slay. Laugh.
His NFL career rush attempts are 489. So you must have had let's say
Miles is only at 343
in his entire career.
In his career, that's what I'm reading right now. First year was 640, 664. Oh my God, I can't even say that. 164. Second year, 179. Total 333. So Montgomery had a hell of a lot more carries. And Miles Sanders is pretty much on par with less than 100 carries.
Yeah, but
you tell me who's better now.
Much more.
Again, David Montgomery has almost over 100 more attempts than Miles.
Yeah.
Say that again.
He makes a valid point, Slay.
Yes.
100 carries is a lot.
But have we ever seen a full season?
Dude, you're making mad excuses. He has 150 more carries than Miles.
Hey, wait a second. That makes the point even more relevant. You're talking about now, have we seen a full season out of Miles? No, we have not, which makes it even worse. He's on par and hasn't even had full seasons, and he's still playing as good as this guy.
Yes, but
there you go, okay? You made my point.
Really help that point because Montgomery.
It does help that point because he's on there.
Montgomery wasn't used right last year. You can't bring that up.
Hold on, you can't say Montgomery wasn't used right if he's being used.
All right, was Miles Sanders used right?
look at the attempts that Montgomery had last year. Look at the average per carries he had last year in the first couple games of that.
All right, so use that logic with
How
Miles.
many attempts did Montgomery have last year?
He didn't have too many. He had
How many?
Dude,
I don't know.
How
but
many?
He had too
hold on,
many.
I'm going back to it. Give me 1
He
second.
didn't have had too many because they didn't use him the first couple.
Dude, last year Montgomery had 247 attempts.
To Miles 159. To Miles 159. Are you serious?
179.
Hey man.
So let's just say this: Miles, with less work, has done more. Are you okay saying that?
I still think Montgomery's better. Montgomery.
No. What you think is an opinion that's wrong. Again,
No,
he's done more with less.
I think if Sanders played, if he played fully healthy, probably would have had better stats. But you can't tell me right now. I'm talking about
Slay, you just told me to go to the stats, and I went to the stats. What are we talking about here?
Look at Montgomery's stats. You've yet to see
We
Montgomery.
just talked about him.
But
We
that's
just
what I'm
talked about
saying, bro. He's doing the same shit with less carries and not even being healthy all season long. He's playing less than 16 games, and he's still matching Montgomery in yards. That speaks volumes. You're not playing what?
Yeah, I'm talking about for Montgomery and Sanders. They both had bad offensive lines last year, right? We can all agree on that. But Montgomery, he had to take more of the workload at the end of the season, but he never really took a workload beginning of the season because Matt Nagy was too stingy to even give him the ball. So you can't tell me if he had 1,000 yards last year, if he had a little over 1,000, you can't tell me.
Bro, do you know there was games that Miles Sanders only got 9 carries? You want to talk about being stingy?
You can say the same thing about Montgomery and Matt Nagy.
I don't get how you're making excuses for Montgomery saying he wasn't used properly. When you full know well, same thing applies to Sanders. The point you're making applies to both. It makes no sense.
Same thing. I've said the same thing. That's why I'm agreeing with you guys. I agree with you guys, but I'm saying it's a debate. You have to.
What I'm trying to say is, with a lesser sample size, they have the same production. What does that tell you? Montgomery has more attempts to surpass him, and he can't. He hasn't. Sanders has better stats than Montgomery when you factor in the attempts.
That is true, but
with less attempts.
Yeah, that is true. I'm not gonna disagree. But
so how's it debatable?
It's very debatable because both guys are around the same area in terms of their stats. So you can't.
Jordy, give us your opinion here, real fast, buddy. You gotta break the ice here.
It's not debatable. When you take averages, when you take everything into factor, whether that be coaching, O-line, team, backups, when you take everything into account, Miles is the better back. Plain and simple.
Who's better right now, though? Right now,
Miles, easily.
Big play. You're just trying to make up different arguments for just to try to prove your point. It's null and void, dude. You just went to the stats. We just took it to the stats, my guy. We're doing what you're saying, and you're still like backtracking on trying to bring up other ways to say that he's not.
I literally just said I'm not.
So
less production, same amount of yards. Less production, same amount of yards.
But I'll say this:
I can't
even though
say more than that.
True, but I'll say this: even though Matt Nagy, is part of the Indian retreat, may fall, they tend to pass more.
Never uses them.
He did because you've seen it. 244.
In the first couple of games, you can't tell me he used them. I watched the Bears game last year. They didn't use them.
Everything you're saying is off. Because again,
how? I watched the Bears game. Montgomery was used.
Right, I just said it. 244 attempts.
That's the entire season. Talk about the first couple of games.
Why are we talking about the first couple of games if you're trying to say who's better? So you're trying to say who's better for the first couple of games? Is that what you're trying to go off of now? Who was better for the first couple of games?
You got to look at it in this sense. You're sitting there saying that Montgomery was misused. Okay, but so was fucking Miles Sanders. They both have the same. Yeah, but that's why you can't sit there and say that fucking he's better than Miles Sanders, my guy.
I agree.
Less production, same yards.
Okay, I agree.
If you agree, then you can't sit there and say Montgomery's better.
Slay had a point, and he's trying to stick to it. He heard that ESPN point, and he's sticking to
it. Y'all are going off of y'all are going completely off of what I'm saying. I'm saying going into the season, you can't tell me it's not debatable when they're both around the same yards and stats and like terms of the stats. They're around the same area. How is it not a debate?
Let me ask you a question,
Look,
Slay.
even a Dallas
Hold on,
fan's
hold on.
agreeing with us, man. That's
I
how
just have a
bad
quick
this is
question.
getting.
Slay. Let me just ask you a question. What
No
grade are
offense
you
there, Matthew.
in? Yeah, what grade are you in?
Me?
Yeah, what grade are you in?
I'm going to the 9th grade.
You're so what? You're about 13, 14 in that range. I'm not trying to give you a specific age. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 14.
What if there was? Hold on. What if there was an 11-year-old that took your same classes? Would you say he's smarter?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like,
You
he
sure about
probably
that?
is.
He's on.
I mean, he's
He's on the
probably
same level as
smarter.
you, but he's younger.
Yeah, he's
He's had
younger.
less time in school, but yeah, he's still at your level.
Yes.
So
But
would you say
can
he's
we go
smarter?
over Montgomery's first couple of
Oh,
games?
no! Don't backtrack. Just answer the question. Would you say that kid's smarter?
Yes, he is.
All right. So then, when you use that logic, because again, the child had less time in school and is still at the same level that you are, who had more time. You apply that to the running backs. What do you think?
They're smarter.
No. Again, you got Montgomery, who has more time, more touches. You have Sanders, who has less, but yet they're pretty much on the same level.
Yeah.
What does that
Now,
tell you?
and look
What does that
right
tell
here.
you?
Miles Sanders had 5.3 per carry. Monty had 4.3. Monty had 200 more rushing yards and 2 more touchdowns. That's
looking
it.
good for your
Over
guy, buddy.
100
what I'm gonna
carries.
say. Here's what I'm gonna say, because y'all burned up the stats. I was probably wrong on that because y'all burned the whole stats thing up. But you guys said it's not a debate. And I completely disagree because you can't tell me, even though Montgomery and Sanders are on the same area, and last year was the only season Miles Sanders wasn't healthy. I don't know if he wasn't healthy in that 2019 season, but only last year we agree with that he wasn't healthy. You can't tell me it's not a debate going into the season because they are literally around the same area in terms of their stats. So going into the season, Monty is better just in terms of right now, but it's going to be a debate at the end of the season once we see their stats and whatever.
I really thought AK was frozen, and that would have been the perfect face for this.
Bruh.
But
No, I'm not frozen.
Bruh.
for a second, I walked back in because I had to check the Clemson game, and I thought you were frozen. But either way, that's the perfect face. Let me say this. Montgomery is not a better back. Sanders, let's say they get the same amount of carries, and you keep like Miles's average per carry and all that. Miles is going to be the better back at the end of the day.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But what I disagreed with you guys on is that y'all said it wasn't a debate, and I don't agree with it whatsoever. I mean, if it's at the end of the season and Sanders is better, I'll say it's not a debate because we just got
What the fuck?
I wish you guys could see my face right now. I
bro.
really do.
Eagles and Spencer, bro. Come
He's
on.
holding on to that like he's holding on to
You
Daniel
tell me
Jones
it's not.
and Howie Roseman.
He's struggling to comprehend this more than Uyunglele is struggling against extra linebackers blitzing tonight.
All right, next subject.
Yeah, finally.
Do
Let's
you want to go
off.
back to the JJ question?
Yes, let's go back to the J-Jaw question.
I want to
I'm
get.
sorry. That went so far fucking left field very fast.
I
mean,
told
just-
you guys it was a debate. I can make it a debate easily.
No, it's really not a debate. I'm mind blown.
okay,
That's why I'm
let's
sitting
go
here
there.
like
Wait.
this the whole time. Like,
Wait, is this Slay number 2 or number 3 talking?
all right, hold up. We got to get Sonic's opinion here. He came in here. I know he came in for this reason. So go ahead, Sonic.
Say Sanders.
Yeah, I still think Sanders is a better back.
See,
But
he's gonna say that.
but seriously, like you're the same one who says that Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts.
Oh my
So
god.
technically, you can't. Technically, your argument has nothing to stand on. You can't say that while also say that Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts.
But y'all know
besides,
what I
Sanders-
went off of when I made that take.
Yeah, you said the experience. I know what you.
No, it's not even the
understood your take on
experience.
Daniel Jones.
It was because of stuff improvenness, I guess, if that's a
You
word.
said his experience. That was the exact same word you used. Experience,
Yeah, I get that.
Provenness.
And stats.
Whoa.
right? He's not going to say it was experience. He's going to say provenness.
And stats.
Provenness and stats.
Provenness isn't a word. I just made that up. Eagles
So
uncensored.
now Miles Sanders is
And
improving.
500 passing yards in his rookie season.
Okay.
That's not.
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
uncensored. You're
Yep. You said
tripping,
that, bro. You
You're
said that. I did not say that. Don't
You're
no. Don't throw this on
You're
me, kid.
tripping, bro. You are.
No.
I know what you're trying to get at. It's not gonna happen, bro. Sanders is proven. He's played 2 years, of course. I mean, he's
But
not that.
you just said he's. I swear to God, you just said he's unproven, just like a moment ago. Did I not hear that?
I didn't say Sanders was unproven. When did I say that?
Jordy, did I hear that? Vic, did I hear that? Anyone? Am I the only one?
I think you were the only one.
No, I don't think he said Sanders was approved. I think he referenced that to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Sanders.
That's when he made the other mistake of having Jalen Hurts.
Bro, you're going nuts over there on censor, bro. I get that. We all love Miles, but hey.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
That's good.
How are y'all fantasy teams going to do this season? How are you feeling about your fantasy team?
Great.
I know most of you have already drafted.
Great.
Who you got, Slay? Who you got on your team, on your squad?
All right, let me look at my squad.
Let's see what Slay would do with a fantasy football team. That's who you got.
So I have Kirk Cousins, Terry McLaurin, Robert Woods, DeAndre Swift, Derrick Henry, Jack Doyle, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Pittman Jr., who's he's going to have a great season this year. Marvin Jones, J.D. McKissick, Blake Jarwin, Jameis Winston, Russell Gage, Rodrigo Blankenship, and
Slay, you're a big stat guy, huh? You're like a projection guy.
Yeah.
You're big on what you think they'll do going forward, right? I can tell by that whole team you got there.
Yeah. That's everyone's team, bro.
Damn. Listen, I like your team. I think it's solid. The only issue I have is Kirk Cousins. Why?
Okay. Kirk Cousins has been one of the best fantasy quarterbacks ever. I mean, not ever, but he's been one of the best fantasy quarterbacks in the last couple of years. No, censor. I almost said ever, and I stopped it.
Wait, so are we talking about fantasy? Is that why we're bringing up Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins is a good fantasy quarterback. That's the only reason I drafted him. Yeah.
I would say he's a solid backup.
Shut up. I don't even know if you can draft.
I take Burrow behind his paper mache O-line.
Hey, if you like Joe Burrow that much, I got
to Hey, I would go and trade for Mac Jones at this point.
So, Kirk Cousins isn't bad. Like, what are y'all talking about?
No, I do think
hold up. Kirk Cousins isn't bad, right?
No.
Kirk Cousins isn't bad.
He's not bad at all.
Casey Keenum went 12-4, took him to the championship and lost. The next year they signed Kirk Cousins. He's never been able to repeat anything close to what Casey Keenum did. How the fuck is Kirk Cousins not good?
That was a fluke.
Not bad.
That was a fluke season.
What the fuck are you talking about? He's been that way the whole time.
That was a fluke.
He never even came close. No.
That's what I'm saying. That was a fluke season for the Vikings. The Vikings had a fluke season that year, and you can't disagree because look at that year. The Eagles were good. The only team. Yeah, that was a fluke season for the Vikings, in my opinion. Case Keenum was never the same ever since he left Minnesota.
Okay.
Well, he hasn't been given a chance ever since he left Minnesota, honestly.
Yeah,
Let me say this.
Because I think even in Denver, he had something in Denver, but then they have Lockett or Kyle Lockett, whatever that was name, Drew Lock. They had him out there. Yeah, they had him and they wanted to start him.
A fluke season. Davlin Cook, Adam Thielen.
I will say this. I kind of agree with what he's saying. Because it wasn't a fluke
Look at
season.
that man's defense.
Yeah, I won't say it was a fluke season. I'll just say everything fell into place that season. It just didn't fall into place for them.
Yeah.
It fell in for us. But you know what I mean? Like you could have seen everyone thought Minnesota was going to the Super Bowl that year with Case Keenum. When we look back at that championship game, we weren't even favored. Everyone literally thought Case Keenum was going to take us out. Like I said,
no lie though. If Kirk Cousins is better than Casey Keenum, should he have not been able to take that team all the way?
Kirk Cousins made the team get to the
end. Hold on. I get what you're saying, AK, but you got to think about what happened this season after. Everyone else reloaded all around them. That's why they really didn't go back. I think Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback. I'll say this: if Kirk Cousins was on that team,
Yeah.
I don't know if we win that game.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know if we win that NFC Championship
Fuck
game.
out of here. What?
I'm not lying.
Oh
I'm
my
not lying to you.
bro.
Again, you know me. Again, I'm not saying that we didn't win. I don't know if we win.
Yeah.
Listen, man, all I know is that fucking Kirk Cousins is the biggest fuck up there is. All right. Do you know how many times he could have won in fucking Washington and he didn't? He's always fucked up. That's what
But
he
I will
does.
say this: Kirk Cousins
Okay.
played the game right. Kirk Cousins played the game right because he had that franchise tag. What was it? 3 times in a row, I think. 3 times in his whole career. That means he made top 5 money. 3 years out of his six, and he hasn't even been top 20.
Jock
He
Talk.
played the game right. He played the game right.
Yeah. I can answer your question, Jock Talk. If the Eagles had the fluke season that year, that's hard. But honestly, if I made that case for the Vikings, everything was in place for a Super Bowl that year. Howie Roseman, he took a lot of things that year, and the Eagles were never the same after that 2017 Super Bowl. So if I made that case for the Vikings, I got to do the same for the Eagles that year. Sorry.
You know you're going up a tree that you can't come down on.
Oh, wow.
Eagles and Saints. I can't
wow.
make the same case for the. If I say for the Vikings, then I have to say about the Eagles.
You're trying to say that was a fluke season.
Listen, my guy. Oh, my
What?
God.
Let me say
Oh,
something.
I don't know, man. I could be wrong.
I'm about to hit the eject button, so go ahead and say what you got to say.
So, first of all, I put Case Keenum in a Derek Carr type of role. Is he a great quarterback? At times, yes. He's not elite. He can be great. He can be good. You got to put a great team around him if you really want to go places. It is what it is. But both of them are quarterbacks that are reliable. They don't get hurt very much. They can give you solid numbers.
Yeah.
And also, when I brought up Joe Burrow, I was still expecting Vick to go, well, I have an offer for you in fantasy football. But you can't call that Eagles season necessarily a fluke
All right, let me
season.
rephrase it.
Oh, please.
Hold on, if you are interested in a deal for Joe Burrow, I am still here.
I'm good.
I'll think about it. I really will. But
All right.
Bro, that fucking 2017 was built so goddamn well. You could have pretty much thrown any fucking quarterback in there and you still fucking would have won.
listen,
I promise you
so-
fucking that.
The reason why
That's
I
not a
say you
fluke.
can't-
That
the
is a
reason why-
That
well-built
wasn't a
fucking
fluke
team.
season. I'll say that. Let me rephrase it. That wasn't a fluke season. Everything was just put in place really good.
No. I'll say this: the reason why you can't say it's a fluke season was for the fact that Carson Wentz got hurt. Because everything, like you said, everything was set in place for them, not for Nick Foles, not for that team that continued. Nothing was set up for them. Nothing was guaranteed to them. Hell, when they played against the Raiders, they looked like dog shit. Nick Foles looked like dog shit. We literally thought we weren't even going to make it to the playoffs after that. We weren't going to win a game. So nothing was set up for us. So I can't call that season anything. We endured that season. We survived that season. That's what we did.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but I never ever will sit here and say it was a fluke, man.
Okay, Eagles and
Because
Saints.
that team was built to win.
Mhm.
Strictly null and void. No matter who you throw in at quarterback, you win.
and
That
here's a
team
big
was
reason.
fucking built to last.
To make
Here's
you
a
not
big reason.
trip.
Here's a big reason you can't call that a fluke season. Look at what happened. Alshon fell off a cliff after he got his contract. Torrey Smith retired. You lost a lot of that dynamic at receiver. You didn't just have your X was your possession receiver that was always going to get you somewhere. And then your Y was your speed guy who's usually going to be streaking downfield. And then you had Aguilar and the Z who didn't fall off yet. And, I mean, he wasn't catching them. So...
All right,
And another big reason why we won that year, one thing, another big reason, there was two types of players that we've never had. We had the A train, AJ Dahi, and then we had Blunt. That running attack got us to where we needed to be. Because let's be honest, we had good running rushers, but our running attack wasn't focused on the rush. That season, for whatever reason, Doug was on all cylinders. He knew what to do. He was dialed in. He knew the run set up the pass. It set up everything. Set the pass, it did everything. That was the only time he listened to everyone around him. Maybe that's why they say Frank will write was the guy then because he actually listened. Because again, we all know how Frank works. He runs it first, it builds the pass. He knows how to do it right. That was another reason why we got to that because our running attack.
Well, and not just that, man, but I want to make something very clear, and I said this last night, or no, I said this earlier today on Bird Gang's channel. I'm gonna say it again here on mine. You know, the one reason we didn't go back to back, and I strongly believe it, and it is the ultimate piece, and I will say it till the day that I die. Letting LeGarrette Blount walk was the worst thing we ever fucking did. If you
Facts.
had LeGarrette Blount in year 2, you go back to the Super Bowl. LeGarrette Blount was the missing piece. I promise you that, 100% hands down. I don't know why we let him go, but we should have held on to him one more fucking year. And I will always say
He should have never been in Detroit. Never.
no.
He had one good season left that we could have taken it. We should have put everything that we had into the next season. Not rest on our laurels, not be happy that we won a championship. We should have doubled down on the next season. And how we didn't do that. That's why we didn't go back.
Yeah,
Yep.
not only
LeGarrette Blount was the missing piece, my guy, because you would have had Miles Sanders and LeGarrette Blount, and that would have been.
And we were talked about they talked about us as being the next dynasty for the next 2 years. We could have three-peated the way they seen it. Not saying that we would have automatically, just the way our team looked, we could have repeated. Like I said, we should have doubled down the next season. We should have thought earlier on getting someone like Golden Tate. We waited way too long. We thought that the fact that we have championship players, that they would carry us. No, they want one championship. Every year, every team needs to change. And you need to build with that team that you have there. And we didn't. We didn't change. We didn't do anything. We stayed stagnant. And that's why we stayed where we were.
Yeah. So I think I got to rephrase it. It wasn't a fluke season. Everything was just set in stone for the quarterback.
Not for the Eagles, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though,
everything
too,
was
Josh.
set
I don't
for
believe
Vikings.
Alshon has
We
to
just
catch that ball if you have LeGarrette Blount, man. Like I said, we put a lot of pressure on our wide receivers that year because we didn't have that X factor at our running back position. Yeah, we had Miles, but, we needed that fucking bulldoze,
We didn't have
and
Miles.
we didn't have that.
Yeah, we didn't have Miles. We didn't draft him.
Or, no.
That was A-Train and thing, Blunt.
No, we didn't have Ajayi got cut. I don't know if Ajayi.
What are you talking about? Are we talking about the Super Bowl season?
Yep, that's
No,
20
18.
That we had Barner, we had Josh Adams.
We had Josh Adams, yeah. He ended up
That's
with
right.
He ended the season. Josh Adams.
Yeah, but I mean, still though, LeGarrette Blount, that was your guy. If you had that, you wouldn't have had to throw the ball as much, and Alshon probably wouldn't have been put in that predicament.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it. We're talking about Josh Adams. I think he ended the season with like almost high 600 yards. If he would have been fed the ball how he should have, we could have still been somewhere. You know what I mean? We would have made it deeper in the playoffs. Not saying we would have won the Super Bowl and got to the NFC Championship, but I guarantee you would have made deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I will say this: Josh Adams is a free agent right now. I would be full on
I'd pick him up.
interested in picking him up in some way,
Damn
shape, or
right.
form.
In a heartbeat.
And that's not because of my bias. That is all bias aside. I'm just saying because there is a conflict of interest there.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little silent there.
Yeah. No, I was just reading Random's question. No, man. There's a lot.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, when people bring up points like, if someone would have dropped the ball, it didn't happen. You can't say if. The game played out the way it did.
All you need to know is when he dropped that ball, his whole future went with him.
I never respected him after that game. I hated him ever.
That's like Dallas fans saying if they would have counted Des Bryant's catch, they would have went to the Super Bowl that season. No, the hell y'all would.
Des caught that though. It's just that
he caught that, but you know what? I think there was a bias against.
Yeah,
Des.
back in those days.
Kind of issue.
Back in those days, they didn't collect those calls. Like if he caught that ball, they wouldn't have said that he caught it. If it was now, he would have 100% called that a catch. But back then, they wouldn't.
I will say this: there is one thing I would love to do, and that is go into Jerry World with a shirt that says "Des didn't catch it."
Oh,
But anyways,
I'd even take it a step farther and Photoshop it with his hands nowhere near the ball in the bottom.
Yes. Oh, I need to do that sometime. That would be hilarious.
Just
I
on
would
the
do
top,
that
it says
too.
proof.
It's funny. On game day, I love messing with Dallas fans the most. I don't know why.
They're too emotional for me. You say one thing and it sets them off, and you get like 15,000 messages. I'm good. A good messing around with a Giants fan's okay because maybe they'll come at you maybe twice, and after that they won't say anything. They've been defeated that fast.
Every once in a while, when I used to get in like a Twitter dispute
They
every
will
other
fight.
day, it was Dallas fan. It was the Giants fans that I always fought with. I think.
Yeah, because they always got mouths because from New York. Holy shit!
Yeah.
What happened in New York when that storm passed? Everybody was swimming.
Bro.
Did you see that? That's crazy. Hey, but Matthew Goodman, man, I agree. Dez did make that catch. That was a catch. He had possession.
It's
It
just
was-
that back in those days.
But
that
no,
was-
the hell, y'all were not going to be Seattle that season. Marshawn would have eaten y'all for lunch. Marshawn would have just ran down y'all throats.
Man, that was a bad ending to that Super Bowl, though, man.
It was rough. It was rough.
That,
But like Brandon Graham said, all I got to say is we're champs.
bro, you still think he is? You still think he gets woke up in the middle of the night out of that nightmare? You still think it haunts him?
Every once in a while, when I see like the picture of Brandon Graham, I always think to the Celtics when, like or Kevin Garnett when he's yelling in the microphone. I don't know why, but I always go back to that.
Kevin Garnett was a beast.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did Kevin Garnett come into this?
Oh no, I heard him say Kevin Garnett, and I love Kevin Garnett, man. I thought he was an animal. I wish more athletes had his mindset.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, but we were just talking football.
Yeah, I know, but I was bringing up a parallel.
Combos. Yeah, right.
It was just so left field, man. That's all.
At this point, this has turned into a little bit of just BSing around. So
Yeah. All right, so let's make it spicy then. All right, I'm going to turn my camera back on. Let's give Jalen Hurt predictions for Week 1.
Well, I'll start it off because I think
Go
I
for
mentioned this earlier. I see Jalen Hurts in the high 200s. I want to get an exact number. I'm going to say 288 with 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing. I think he won't have an interception. He'll fumble, but he'll recover his own. I mean, we won't lose any possessions, but that'll be it.
Big
can I
place
answer
there.
that?
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
I liked it because we did get rid of Carson Edwards, who I was slightly high on, but we did trade Chris Dunn, who we recently got, and we got a floor spacing big guy in. Oh, I forget his name off the top of my head. Hernan
Well, then
Gomez,
ain't
I
that
want to say it
important.
was, but it's something in that area. Someone who can space the floor, and with a little bit better of shooting, he can shoot lights. It's somewhat lights out.
Who is the Celtics coach, by the way? I know Stevens is the president.
Ime Udoka is the new coach. He was an assistant in San Antonio and Brooklyn at one point.
Mhm.
This is my fear with San Antonio guys. A lot of them don't really make it.
Yes,
They're
sir.
like the Patriots.
Correct, Matthew.
A lot of the guys don't really make it.
You're good. Go ahead.
Kerr probably like the biggest one out of all of them, I think. He's the best pupil out of that system.
Can we
He's
refer
got
to
a
the
funny
comment
name, though.
of J-Jaw as the Kevin Garnett of the NFL?
Oh, seriously?
He damn sure does have a mentality.
I don't know, man. Kevin Garnett used to be all about it. You know, he had that baby powder and throw it up in the air. If J-Jaw would do that, would his mom come in with an umbrella so that wouldn't get on him?
No, he'll be holding the umbrella this year.
He'll be Mary Poppins and the shit out of that stuff.
No, watch him be on the field with the umbrella, just hitting DBs within the 5-yard line.
He'll be floating in the midair, fucking catching balls.
No, I'll
Real
be catching,
talk though.
Boss.
I'll be catching
What
stuff
i- what
in the
is-
red zone with the umbrella.
Oh God. What is everyone's honest opinion? What do you think J Jaw's season will end up being? What is his stats?
We didn't even go through the Jalen Hurts one.
Yeah, let's finish Jalen
Oh,
Hurts
what's
up
the wrong
here.
Jalen Hurts? Damn.
Yeah,
He
BPS
really
go.
stopped track.
Like 269 yards, maybe.
Nice.
Specific.
I'll say 269 yards, like 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. I'll say like 80 something yards. I think they want to use it. I think they'll try to use him like passing first. They want to see how he passes, and then they're gonna yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, Jordy.
So this is just against the Falcons, right?
Yes.
I give him about 150, 200 yards, probably 50 with his feet, and then 1 touchdown. And that's to J. Jaw in the red zone, while the other goes to Miles Sanders. But
Are
Miles
you
Sanders
crazy?
gets rushing, not passing. I'm getting that look from AK.
Yeah.
Hand on that tape. Take on. This
You
is
want to
J
give
Jaw's
me your
season.
honest opinion now?
That's my honest opinion. I think his 1 TD will be to J. Jaw in a red zone package.
I agree, Jordy. I agree.
Fire.
I agree, Jordy.
What if J Jaw is the first week MVP? Woo! Offensive player of the week?
Why are you saying it's a what if? It's gonna happen.
I know, right? It's a lock.
Facts. Keep drinking, uncensored.
It's a do.
AK's getting back into those Skittles.
Fucking right. Y'all don't deserve to look at me.
Bruh.
Hold on. I got just the right thing for this.
Oh my god. Yeah, fuck you, bro.
Ooh,
Oh my God, Jaden. On point.
That don't count anyway, so it's all good.
I got a question for y'all.
What's that?
I need to get mine real quick. All right,
But I got
I'll
you.
give you my Hurts thing.
Yeah.
All right, 320 yards passing.
Wow.
Yeah. And I will give him 3 touchdowns. About 65 yards rushing.
All right. So my question for you guys was, who is the greatest running back in NFL history?
Like,
Barry Sanders.
I always say it's a tie because I always say for this reason. I've never seen anyone run the ball the way I've seen Barry Sanders run the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the moves he made, what is it? For whatever reason, I'm forgetting his name, last name, Bronny from the Patriots. He was a safety. He made him look like a fool. He turned him around so many times on one play. It was ridiculous.
You talking about
And
Ronnie
also,
Lott?
No, not Ronnie Lott. Good grief. He played for the Patriots and the Chargers.
Yeah.
He was our hard-hitting safety. He's on freaking NBC. He's like one of their football analysts.
Honestly, I gotta agree with Jock Talk, man. I think it's Walter
But
Payton.
hold on. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've never seen anyone run the ball like Walter Payton. I see
Yeah.
people try to run the ball. Like when you see those guys leaping over people, they got that from Walter Payton. That wasn't anything they just figured out. I mean, Sweetness was doing it for a minute. I've never seen anyone hit someone so hard. Like I said Adrian Peterson is a physical man. To this day, I've never seen anyone hit any linebacker as hard as I've seen, Walter Payton come through the middle. Just head barreling. You would think that he had no regard for his body, but he did because he was ridiculously intelligent. I mean, that man was a student of the game. So for those two, those are my top. Like, there's no 1A, 1B. It's just they're both number one for me.
I think it's Walter Payton, honestly.
The disrespect.
So,
I'd say Barry, but I think there's a very good argument for Eric Dickerson. And
What?
what? What?
Listen, I'm not hating at all. Eric Dickerson was one of the greatest too. Go ahead.
Yes, but
Eric Dickerson was he was one of the best power backs.
yeah, but
Dude would just put his head down and he's going through everybody. And honestly, he also holds the record for most rushing yards in a season at just around 2,100.
Yeah, I think he was the first to reach over 2,000, correct?
I think so.
Yep. And he represented for guys with glasses. Howard.
Wait, did Walter Payton did he die when he was in the league still?
No, he passed away years later after he retired. Pancreatic cancer.
Okay. So when he was in the league, like he was a monster. Same with Barry Sanders. He had such a short span, and in those 10 years, he was a monster. So,
bro, it doesn't even matter about that. It was only Barry Sanders. That was all they fucking had. There was no one else, man.
Remember the quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you didn't.
No, I don't remember the fucking quarterback.
That's what I was going to say. There's only one quarterback and one receiver I can remember in all of Barry Sanders' tenure. And it was all because they were the best. And that's Scott Mitchell, and he had Herman Moore. That's it. That's all he's ever had. Notice how I've never mentioned alignment. I haven't said anything about their defense.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, how can you Walter Payton at least had something. He at least had a line. He at least had fucking players around him.
He had Hall of
Barry
Famers.
didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Barry didn't. That's why it has to be Barry.
But I will say this. If Payton was on Detroit, you would have seen some amazing things.
I think he was
That's
still.
what I'm saying. I have them. Like I said, I had them both tied.
Yeah. I think he would have still been the same player. Honestly. He was just damn good, bro. Like, God damn, bro. Remember when Barry Sanders literally took a guy's ankles off? Like, not literally, but like.
I remember when he took on all 9 of Dallas's defenders and he won.
Bro, remember what he did to that Giants guy? That Giants linebacker or defensive end somewhere over there. It's in the middle of the field, and he literally snatched the guy's ankles, bro.
Yeah, no, Barry was ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead serious. Sonic could make a 2-hour-long highlight reel of Barry just breaking ankles. And Sonic, if you can hear me, I'd appreciate that.
Bro, I still watch his highlights today. No lie.
And I'm pretty sure that there's running backs today that are still watching his tape and learning off of him. I mean, there's moves that you haven't seen running backs today make that they can't make.
Yeah.
We used to make damn good plays, bro.
Like, this is one thing I'll say, and it's no slight. Shady likes to call himself cut on a dime. Nah, man. That's Barry Sanders. Respect that. Because ain't no one can stop and start. You know what I mean? No one had that moving like his. His thighs were ridiculous.
Facts.
Like, his thighs were like two grown-ass men's thighs in one. That was Barry Sanders.
Bro, you know what even made it greater? The jerseys back then, too. They were so fucking huge. Like, remember how much they swallowed everyone? Like, they had the huge fucking sleeves. The pants were like...
And Barry was so tiny, too. That's another thing.
I know, man. He reminded me of, like, a little giant out there running around. From the movie?
Yeah. Barry Sanders was Techno Bowl. Remember Bo Jackson's Techno Bowl, Untouchable? That was Barry Sanders in real life.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Can I say this?
You're going to put Frank Gore over Barry Sanders?
No. He's just saying all-time rushers. He's not saying he's not saying it.
Three?
Yeah, he's not saying it in order.
Can I say this?
Whoa, he is saying it in order.
Can I say this? Bo
What?
Jackson at least deserves consideration in this.
Yes.
Of at least a close. Because if that hip injury doesn't happen, who knows what we think of Bo right now.
Hey, the fact that he played baseball at a high level and football, like, I'd put him on that list. Because, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't get to see his entire career, what it would have been in football. But we seen what he can do. He's the only man I know that still can break a bat over his head. Have you ever seen a major league bat? You seen how thick that is? He would take it over his head and just break it like nothing, or over his thigh like nothing.
That's
He was an animal.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
think he's
he was a
talking
beast.
about I think what Random Anton was trying to say was all-time rushers, like rushers, because Barry Sanders, since he only played 10 years, Frank Gore has played in this league for
But
two
one
decades.
thing I'll say is you got to give Frank Gore respect because I
Yeah,
remember at the University of Miami, my guy had 2 knee surgeries and still came into the NFL and became one of the leading rushers.
and he was
So
a third
respect to
round
Frank
pick.
Gore. His only mistake on his career was not coming up with the Eagles because he would have a ring right now. That's on him.
Let me just say this: Frank Gore's an Eagles legend. He was here for like a day. He pulled a Belichick, so
Yep.
Wait, he signed with us?
And he pulled out. Yep.
Wow,
Pause.
I forgot about that. I did not know that.
But hey, by him not signing and him not saying, that led us to get AJ. That led us to go to that Super Bowl. So thank you, Frank.
Yeah.
You know what
Imagine
I'm
if
saying?
we-
Like your mistake was our game. He should have just been smarter. Because I think, if I'm mistaken, he said he spoke to Shady, and Shady told him how Chip Kelly was, and Shady told him how high it was, and that's why he didn't sign. He literally backed out of a conversation with Shady. So if Frank Gore liked, you could thank LaShawn McCoy for taking your Super Bowl ring away from me.
Yeah.
imagine if Frank Gore had signed.
Man, it would have been ridiculous. It would have been insane. He would have probably produced the same as AJ Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount. But I think that's why we got LeGarrette Blount, because he didn't sign.
Hey, so question: do you think he plays till his son comes in the league?
I would hope so.
I don't think so.
I'm hoping.
I would hope so.
I'm hoping he lasts 2 more years. I'm hoping because
his son's insane.
not only that would probably be the first father-son duo in the league at the same time.
Wouldn't that be funny if LeBron James's son, Bronny James, gets in the league with him like around the same year Frank Gore?
Can I give y'all a hot take?
With his son? What's up?
Can I give y'all a hot take on Bronny?
Yeah.
He's a bench player at best in the NBA.
Thank you.
I agree.
At best. I think what LeBron James is doing to his son is wrong. You see Michael Jordan. Let's be honest. Michael Jordan's son wanted to be a basketball player, but he knew who he was, and he didn't get to be that star. Michael Jordan's son went to a division, 2A school. He wasn't getting scholarships out anymore because of his name. He wasn't that good. He's not even that tall. That's the same thing he's doing to Bronny. Like, I've seen a video with him when he's talking about Bronny take the last shot, and he misses it, and everyone else is laughing in the background. How are you going to do that to your kid? That's wild. Like, again, I think he's going to be a bench player because of the confidence loss of who his father is.
And honestly, his younger brother is very underrated for his age.
I think Dwayne Wade's kid's way better than all of them. That's the one you got to pick. That's the one you got to talk about.
Who's Zaire Wade?
I don't remember his name, but I know he has one in basketball. That's
Yeah,
insane.
Zaire Wade. Zaire Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we are approaching 2 hours now.
Oh.
You know what?
I know you're gonna say you're gonna end the stream, so.
Yes, I am.
That's right, Big Play. It's time for bed, buddy. I see you.
It's not time for when it's time for bed is when school starts. Yeah.
Nah, I do appreciate you guys coming on. Unfortunately, Foothills couldn't join us tonight. So, you know, we made this a call in, made it a little more interesting because honestly, we had nothing to really talk about anyway. So, yeah, we figured we'd let people come on and say their piece and talk a little bit. So it was fun. Thank you for joining us. You guys want to go around and let everyone know where they can find you real fast?
Go ahead, Jordy, start it off. Jordy, you still with us?
Hello.
Well, Big Play.
I'm back. What?
Oh, go ahead, Jordy. We're saying our goodbyes. You're first.
I was going to say, are we wrapping up?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So, where we can be found and final thoughts?
Correct.
All right. So, you guys can obviously find me at Jordy Fighter. If you don't already know, I have my 3 podcasts for the Eagles, Celtics, and Fighting Irish, where I share my depression and the moves that we make and the injuries that happen. Notre Dame does play Florida State tomorrow night, so go check that out because honestly, it's going to be interesting, especially with what happens.
Slay.
Yep, you can go find me at Vick3 on YouTube. We are on the road to 700, so help me get there. And you can just go find me on Twitter at Vick3, and Instagram Vick313. Yep, you can just go find me there. Please help my boy Eagles and Central get to 300.
Appreciate you, my guy. Vic.
Hey man, y'all know who it is. It's Vick3. Y'all see me in the chats. You know me on Twitter. And now you see me. Got my own show with my guys. Thank y'all for joining. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Big Play Slay, Jordy. Thank you for coming on today, man. I appreciate your takes. I appreciate the time that you've given us.
Hey, man, thanks for having both of us on. It's always a pleasure to come on and talk with you guys.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Well, listen, shout out to the 8 who were in here with us tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. Jock Talk, Random Anton, Matthew, Paul, Bird Gang was even in here one time, Jinx, all you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, this has been a successful stream of the East Meets West. A little call-in we had tonight. I am AK Eagles of the Eagles Uncensored podcast. I may fuss and cuss, but you can count on me and my content like the fucking city bus. Until next time, if you like the Wagyu, then subscribe too. We out. Fly Eagles fly.